sevens have a little cross.
So for F,
Yeah.
for finding the simplifying 12 for 15, you do 25
Yeah, but
times
that's
6.
15.
Yeah.
And then you can take you can bring it to 25. So
I brought a 5 out here. 5 times 12 is 60.
okay, you have to multiply.
Tira. What? If you must. And this one is, okay, that is 64 times 2. That is 125 times 3. That is, stays as 27. That is 125 times 2. That is 216 times 2. And that is 1,000 times 2. 4 cube root 2 plus 15 cubed root 3 minus 21 minus 10 cube root 2 minus 30 cube root 2 plus 80 cube root 2. 7 times the cubed root of 27 is 3. 7 times 3 is 21.
Do you have to, for 122, you have to multiply, or you just put the 3 there? Like, when you get your third pair or whatever, you take it out, right?
Yeah. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64, so I brought out the 4. No, the 3 is the index. If it was big 3 there, you would. And I get 4 minus 10 is negative 6, minus 30 is negative 36, plus 80 is 44. Cube root 2 plus 15 cube root 3 minus 21. And lastly, find this perimeter. That is obviously root 96 plus root 48 plus root 108, which is 16 times 6, 4 root 6. 16 times 3 plus 4 root 3. And 16, no, not 16. That would be 9 and 12, so 36 and 3 plus 6 root 3, which would be 4 root 6 plus 10 root 3. Now, once again, what is the only skill, new thing that we learned for this topic? Nothing. Because we already knew how to simplify radicals, and we already know how to add up like terms. So there was absolutely nothing new to learning to add and subtract radicals. Okay? Now, I have been told in the past that when I say that fact, there's nothing new here, and you don't really get it, then you start to feel down about yourself. I am not saying that so you feel down. It's the other way around. I'm saying that so even though it seems complicated, if you practice it a bit, you see that you already know how to do it. Right? Like I'm doing all of this in my head. I'm not even factoring it all the way through. Do you think it's because I'm some super genius compared to you people? No. It absolutely isn't. I struggled for C's in high school math. Struggled. Practice. The same way when you first picked up a basketball, you struggled to hit a free throw. Now, if Crab was here, she'd say right now, he still can't hit a free throw. But that's what I'm saying, right? Somebody on the senior boys basketball team can hit free throws. I don't know who it is, but somebody can. And the reason they can is because they practiced. They did not walk up to a basketball when they were 3 years old in front of the little Nerf hoop and start going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Yes.
I just want to see how that step works.
Okay.
Because you said it and I get it.
Okay. So you want to be back here, right?
Yeah.
So
And
it
everything else, I just want to...
24 root 7, 8, whatever it was, 8, I don't care,
Doesn't
right?
matter the numbers. I just want to see how the cans...
X root 7, Y root 7, Z root 7, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay. If I gave you this, Sebastian, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5, those are all multiplied, right? So they're factors, yeah? So, and I'm looking for groups of 2 factors, yes? So this would give me 6 root 5, right? What math is happening right there? So isn't that a factor? And what math is happening right there? Multiplication. What math's happening there? So isn't that another factor? So isn't that a factor? So isn't that a factor? So I'm taking out 2 groups of 2, yes? Just like you brought out. So I had root 7 came out to cover them. And then another root 7 came out to cover them. Here you brought out a 2 and a 3, and then you multiplied them. Right? Well, root 7 times root 7 obviously is 7.
Yeah.
Even though we haven't, I can't remember, have we done multiplying or not?
No.
Yeah, okay. Oh, right, because this was the very last step, right? So even though you haven't been taught multiplying, radicals, you have been taught that they behave the same way as variables, right? Yeah. So if I had x times x, that would be x squared, yes? So root 7 times root 7 must be root 7 squared. Well, the square root of 7 times the square root of 7 must be 7. Because you already know that. Because the square root of 9 times the square root of 9 would be 3 times 3, which would be 9. You don't need me to tell you that. That knowledge is already in your head. Okay? Are we good? Okay. It is 1:43. Class goes till 2:26. We have test to go over, and everybody will, of course, want explanations about that. Sometimes it can take a long time. Sometimes it can go very quickly. It just depends on the class. So I'm going to hand out the test right now. We will go over it, see what time it is then, and that will inform my decisions. All right?